In this video, we're going to take a look at the different options in the software for shaping and forming the arch. Firstly, the most obvious one is the arch height on the medial side. So we take a slider, we can push and pull that. If we take a look in a transparent view, you can see that that is actually a 3D change. So whichever view I look at it, you'll see that the shape of our arch is growing. Okay. So whatever I can do on the medial side, I can also do on the lateral side. I can add a lateral arch in. Now, deliberately, for the purpose of this video, my apex is incorrect. Okay, so the point of my lateral and medial arch on this, what is actually a cavus foot, is incorrect. So what I can also do with our sizing menu is take the arch apex on the medial side, which actually will grab both the medial and the lateral together and get that position as I want it for my medial side. So here, when I rotate around and I say, well, actually my lateral side is wrong, I can move it independently with this slider, okay, to move it distal or proximal on the foot to get the position. Here, I'm unconstrained in which workflow I use. I can jump straight back into here and say, actually, I want to put a little bit more arch on there for my lateral edge. Okay, so that's looking at the height and also looking at the apex position. But what about this space here on an EVA device? The drop into the met heads can also be important. So we have another option here in the size menu, which is called length to first met. And what this is doing is very, very simply moving the points that are currently under the met heads from when I selected them for my scan import process, and I'm going to move them distal in order to pull the arch with it. So what will happen here is, and I'll be very extreme in both directions, is it's shaping the arch into the met head. So you can change the way the arch drops in and actually still have some curvature under the met heads if you want to, or less, you might want to create space. You can do that too. So that's the third option. Now the final option is for the arch is in relation to the midfoot. So on a device like this, what I also have is my section tool here in the middle, and this is much more freeform. I am saying at this point when I run my cursor through that the relationship between my foot, which is red here, and my insole, which is the yellow line, is a huge gap. There's just no correlation between the two. So what can I do? What I'm going to do is I'm going to press this option here, make sure my settings are good, and I'm simply going to press this full foot fit. And what it's going to do is it's going to push the surface underneath the midfoot and both arches up onto the surface. Now at this point here, which is dropping down into the forefoot, we can see we've got a nice little fit there, but we're tailoring off to our arch height. Now this is covered in another video around the section tool, but what this is doing is giving you the fit in the midfoot, but maintaining the arch height, apex position and shape that you decided before you came into this tool. Now there are other options in here that will enable you to undo that and make that profile jump upwards, but they are covered in other videos. But that's the midfoot area is the other option that enables you to change or form the arch. A general tool that's found in the section area that will help you get an arch shape you like is here, the edit profile. So I've just reset the fit, so we're back to having no fit, but I'm going to edit the profile. Now this tool only allows you to edit the profile of the device upwards, okay, up in the dorsal direction. It will not allow you to pull it out on the plantar plane, only upwards. So what I can do here is say, you know, I really want to have this, I've got a very strange arch and I really want to manually do this work. But look, I've got this horrendous wobbly shape, but I've got this very, very cool button down here called Smooth Profile, which when I press it will blend everything back out. Keep 80% or 90% of the shape that I wanted, but give me that insole profile back again. Okay, so that's another option for changing the arch shape. The other option is actually a nice little trick. So if I come out of here, and let me reset that again, so we're back to having a lower arch, and come into Edit Profile. Now, the Edit Profile tool is never to be touched if you have a fixed shoe profile that you're making your device for. So this profile here, throughout all our changes I've just made, has been unchanged. If you don't mind too much on altering an area of the profile in the plantar plane, you can use the Edit Profile tool to help you with the arch shape. So if these sliders here, and there are other videos that will describe this more clearly, allow you to select the region that you're going to affect. Now, if I grab the arch area, so let's go from the met head roughly through to the heel point, I can grab this point here and I can really affect the shape and position everything to do with the arch in one go, okay, within reason. If you go too far, you're going to break the shape, but just locally, you can optimize the relationship between the profile and the arch. So that's just another extreme option that you have to alter the what goes on around the arch of the device you're making. If I don't like it, reset it. And I think that really covers all the features that will impact the arch directly. Obviously, always keep an eye when you're working on the arch on what your height is. There is actually another option I didn't mention, which is the medial flange. The medial flange is found in the heel menu, which is also covered in a different video, but that will change your arch for sure. Instead of giving you continuing the arch shape, though, the medial flange will give you support up the arch with a very steep wall. Okay, but that certainly does impact the arch as well. So that covers all the different options that can alter the foot in the midfoot and arch areas.